All right, guys, so we are finally back in Dallas. I've had some days to be able to kind of just recharge and reload and relax and kind of just be able to gather everything, gather my emotions, gather the weekend and how everything went. And, you know, just to be able to really kind of feel everything that has been going on over the last few months, you know, while I've been prepping. If you guys have followed my channel, then you know that obviously I've done a lot of, you know, bodybuilding content, training content, food content, things like that. And then of course you've also seen Anne in the videos, you know, occasionally, every now and then whenever I would come to visit her and stuff. So with that being said, all right, you know, you saw place second. It wasn't exactly the result that I wanted, but I gave it my all. You know, I worked as hard as I can possibly work. I pushed my body as hard as I can possibly push. So I have zero regrets or zero any negative, you know, feelings or any ill will towards the you know, the placing that I received. You know, I felt like it was great. I had a lot of fun. It was a nice battle, you know, being able to, you know, get up there with, there's three of us that, you know, were essentially the top three. They called us out after after a round of posing. I mean, great competitors. So, you know, and I lost to a good guy at the end of the day. You know, he's a great dude too. So that, you know, that also makes me happy. If someone was a piece of shit, then I would probably feel a different type of way. But, you know, yeah, so what's the plan for now? For me, I need to relax. You know, one thing that I realized when I got home was, man, I was burnt the fuck out, for a lack of better words. You know, I've been going to the gym, I've been training, but it's just been more or less kind of going through the motions, just getting my body to, you know, push some blood and get a pump and feel things, but I'm just not in the mood right now to push hard and get back into the, you know, intense gym flow. And I feel like that's also okay, right? Like, we have to be able to listen to our minds and bodies. Don't force things, because and then, you know, I feel like this is where people tend to hate stuff, right? Like if they continue to force something into motion that isn't in their body and mind or aren't necessarily agreeing with it, then, you know, you start developing a lot of negative emotions and a lot of negative reinforcement, you know, just through and through, whether it be training, nutrition, and so forth. So I'm listening to myself, I'm listening to my body, I'm gonna relax, have a good time. I'm gonna be going to Mexico here tomorrow for a friend's wedding, so I'm looking forward to that. And then I have a Euro trip planned. I haven't traveled. You know, you've seen me going to Denmark and Sweden, but I haven't been able to go to any other country over the last couple of years because of all the stuff that's been going on around the world. So now that I have that ability to do it, I want to take advantage and have a good break. We have a few weeks break right there in between to where I can kind of just recharge and, you know, be me, do what I want to do, which is travel and explore. I love it. It's something that I just enjoy doing. I enjoy meeting new people, going to visit new countries, experiencing different cultures. I feel like it allows me to really, truly connect with everybody around the world, and it just gives me a bigger picture of what this world truly is. I feel like if you don't allow yourself to expand and go out and see other places, then you're not allowing yourself to grow, and you can't see beyond your own current scope and vision. I feel like that's why a lot of people, if you notice, I'm sure the statistics show this, but most Americans don't travel outside of the country. And I feel like they're missing out. So anyways, that's what I need to do for myself. But the other thing I wanted to discuss here is perseverance and being able to push through hard times. Because, you know, you guys see what I put out here on the channel, on my YouTube channel. I don't dive into a lot of personal things. I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I'm scared to open up and discuss, you know, life in itself, but I feel like now's the time. You know, I got Madison here to help me with this. You know, he's been great, you know, a great partner with me, you know, helping me film, keeping the content rolling on the channel. And it's just, again, it allows me to express myself without thinking that this isn't good enough. That's another problem of mine, is that I'm so hard on myself. You know, I have this, you know, if I record something and I don't feel like it's 100% right, then I'll just do away with it. Where, Madison, he's able to take control of it and splice things up and do his part to make sure that we're continuing, again, putting out content on a weekly basis here on the channel. But with that being said, persevering. Life has been tough, man, and that's the thing, is that life is never gonna be easy. Over the last few months, or actually really over the last 4 to 6 weeks, man, I didn't think that this would happen. But, life has surprises, and I'm a big believer in God just being able to put people into your lives, and sometimes they need to be removed from your life as well. We're never gonna always truly 100% understand everything, but just you have to have faith and believe that God has always, your back in mind. You're meant to grow from this. So with that being said, so Ann and I have officially broken up. So it was basically about 4.5 years of being with her. And listen, I have and I'll never have a bad thing to say about her. I would say that whenever she came into my life, it was exactly what I needed in that moment. She really, truly helped me pull myself out of like a negative hole that I was digging myself into because of, previous relationship. And because of that last relationship that I was in, it was toxic, man. It was a lot of fighting and arguing. And I would say the beautiful thing about the relationship that I had with Ann was we never fought. It didn't matter if we disagreed on something. There was never any arguments, no fighting, and it was just such a beautiful thing to feel and see. And I really want to say that, like, I felt like I may have understood what love was prior to this, but I would definitely say that I truly learned to love somebody, and that's I would say the most positive aspect of the last 4.5 years of spending with her. Although everything has been long distance. The first couple years things were easy because we didn't have any restrictions as far as traveling and stuff. And then with the COVID stuff, I think it just kind of like, it drew us apart in a sense, right? Because then we had to essentially build our own lives outside of us together. Because what are you gonna do? You can't just sit here and continue to wait. And I believe that just kind of, it drew us apart a little bit, and it led to this point. It's not like I was happy about it, obviously, but the timing of it sucked as well. On top of that, my grandmother got sick randomly out of nowhere and passed away. My other grandmother is getting sick out of nowhere and is dealing with dementia. So it was just like one thing after another, man. And but I couldn't take the time to feel it when it was happening because I was still prepping, and I owed it to myself to keep going and pushing and working towards this goal of mine, because it's what I've been doing over the last 16 years. I started competing at 16 years old, and I've always wanted to. This is just my life. It's given me a lot in return. I'm able to help people with their lives, with getting in better shape and helping them build better habits when it comes to nutrition, and just being able to take better care of themselves and understand that we have to be able to take care of us. So I mean, it's given me that much. It's blessed me, and God has truly blessed me. So I owed it to myself to finish up because I hadn't really truly done this at this level since 2016, and I wanted to feel it. I wanted to really just gather that discipline again, and I was able to accomplish that. I was able to dig through all of the shit that was happening, right in front of me, and not allow it to deter me away from my goals. Because in previous years, back in my past, I would say that this would be my downfall. This would be something that I would allow to stop me and just stop me in my tracks and not allow me to, pursue things further and almost destroy me in a sense. But I didn't let that happen this time. So that was another lesson learned in this experience. Again, have no ill will towards Ann. She's an amazing girl. She's truly, truly an angel. Like I said, it allowed me to truly love someone deeply, on another level that I've never experienced before. And I'm forever forever grateful for the experience with her. And I wish her the best. I wish her, I hope that she can find a partner that is fully in line with her. And, of course, I'm in my prime. I'm good looking. I'm young. I'm good. I know I'm going to be good. So with that being said, guys, that's what this is about. Life is never going to be just all fucking fine and dandy and roses and the whole good stuff, man. We all go through shit, I go through shit just like you go through shit. But what matters most, guys, is just being able to push through. If you set something for yourself, don't allow, honestly, anything to break you from that path. It may be tough in the moment, but it's always worth it in the end, because at the end of the day, like I said, I'm a big believer that God always has our best interest in mind. So whatever that may be, whenever that time comes, we'll understand it fully. But for now, we keep going, we keep working hard, we keep building the channel up, keep building the community here, and honestly, just, live distraction free and keep hustling hard and grinding and, doing my part to give you guys great content here on the channel. But yeah, so anyways, I'm sure this is really, really long. If you stuck through it, man, thank you for listening to me. But yeah, that's it. So second place at North Americans. After the Euro trip, we'll figure out what exactly is next. May or may not do nationals, but of course, I'll tell you guys first here on the channel.